Hello, I'm Irma Baker. Welcome to our show. Have you ever had questions about legal assistance? Maybe how to get it, where to get it? Well, we might have an answer for you right after this word from Mature Services.
RSVP of Summit County has been making a difference in our community since 1972. RSVP volunteers are increasing the quality of life by participating in programs and organizations that provide important services to the community. RSVP matches personal interests and skills with opportunities to serve. If you're interested in adding more meaning to your life and improving the lives of others, please call 330-253-4597, extension 166.
Welcome back. We have guests today from Community Legal Aid. We have with us Ashley Heaney, who is the Director of Development and Communications, and Terry Underwood, who is a paralegal with Community Legal Aid. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
I'm so glad to have you with us today. I know that people out there who are watching us, almost everybody, sometime needs legal assistance. And you're right here in the community to provide that for us. Ashley, tell us a little bit about the organization.
Well, Community Legal Aid is celebrating its 62nd year this year. We've been serving Medina residents for that long. We are a nonprofit law firm serving the civil legal needs of low income and seniors in 8 counties in central Northeast Ohio. So that includes Medina, Mahoning, Columbiana, Portage, Stark, Summit, Trumbull, and Wayne. So it's a pretty big area. We do everything from helping individuals with housing issues from foreclosure or someone who's facing or trying to prevent foreclosure to tenants that may be facing eviction, wrongful eviction, to individuals who are victims of domestic violence or need assistance with Social Security or other public benefits issues.
My goodness, how do you keep up with all the different things that your organization does?
Well, we have a staff of 28 attorneys. We have offices in all 8 counties that we serve. But we're really fortunate because we have a wonderful volunteer attorney program, and we average about 300 volunteer attorneys a year. So we couldn't do it without our volunteers. And additionally, we currently have an in-house volunteer from Mature Services who is a big help to us.
Well, Mature Services has been sponsoring us for a long time, our show here. So it's wonderful to know that we have this partnership with Community Legal Aid. And it really sounds to me like you are on top of everything that is going on in the community. Whatever the current social issues are, it seems that they all have legal implications.
True, that's very true. It's amazing the number of inquiries we get a year. In our 8-county region, it's close to 100,000 inquiries. Our requests for assistance, that's actual requests for legal assistance, is close to 30,000 people. And in Medina County, that number in 2013 was close to 1,000 residents requested legal assistance from us, and we were able to help roughly 400 of those people, so a little less than half.
Those are really startling numbers.
They are, yeah.
When you figure you are just one organization
Right.
of many lawyers or legal firms that are in the area. But the fact that you are dedicated, as you said, to the low-income and senior population, that makes you very much, I would say, unique among many of the other legal firms. How did you personally get involved in this?
I got involved in legal aid because I was previously a newspaper reporter, and I had worked for a number of different newspapers and magazines and blogs and so forth. But my most recent experience was with the Akron Legal News. and I got to know the law firms in the community, particularly legal aid. It was actually one of the first law firms I visited, and I remember telling the director that day, I was there interviewing some of her staff, and I said, you know, I would love to work here, I love what you do. If there ever come a time where you see that I could, you know, have a place or a role here, let me know. And 2.5, 3 years later, there was a job opening for Director of Development and Communications, so I applied and fortunately was accepted. So
that's a wonderful background to have. That newspaper reporting, that being up on top of what's going on in the community is a wonderful background to have, to bring to an organization like that. You know both the communications aspect of it and the legal implications there. So it's wonderful that. And you brought along Terry Underwood. Terry, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And so glad to have you here too. Now you're very different from the position that Ashley has. You are a paralegal.
That's
with
correct.
Community Legal Aid. So you're actually working with the clients. Do we call them clients?
Yes, that's what we call them.
We do call them clients, who come to Community Legal Aid for help.
Right.
So what do you do?
Well, my job is as a paralegal advocate, and there are 4 of us currently on staff that also work directly with clients, similar to the way the attorneys do. We're allowed to directly represent and advise clients in just a specific area, which all of us do. It's called administrative law, also called public benefits. Those are things like Medicaid, food stamps, unemployment, cash assistance, Social Security. Those are things that you don't actually have to have a license to help clients in. So they utilize the 4 of us in our 8-county area to meet with clients and actually even go to hearing level at these administrative agencies. So that's what I've been doing for the last 18 years, and I've been there a total of 31 now.
How did you get started with it?
Well, actually, my start was in my senior year in high school at a career center, and when you go for that half a day to work, I went to a local law firm, and the bug bit me, and I enjoyed what I did, and I was actually started out as a legal secretary. And then when the legal aid office also ran an ad, and I applied and got that position, it was a secretarial type position for about the first 12 years. And then the paralegal job opened up, and I wanted to advance a little bit and do more things, and that's what I've been doing ever since.
Well, you're a familiar person around here at the Wadsworth Community Center. In fact, it was one of our viewers who said, oh, you have to get Terry on the show. So I'm so glad to have you with us. And you are here at the Community Center. How often? When do you come here?
Yes, we have a special grant, one of the many funding sources that we receive to help seniors 60 and over. And with the senior center being here in this building, that's why you see my face around. But I'm here every other month, and then on the off month I go to the Medina Senior Center, and I'm there to take applications from seniors on any issue that they might have. Routinely, what we see a lot of are requests for a will or a living will, power of attorney for health care, financial power of attorney, those kinds of things. So we do a lot of those, but it could be any issue really that is in our realm of practice of law.
Is there much confusion about when somebody needs legal aid and when they don't? What are the kind of questions that you get?
Well, we do try to promote the types of things that we help our seniors with. So usually they're coming in the door with a question that pertains to the things we do. Occasionally I will get someone who comes in with kind of a unique question or problem that we actually can't assist them with. And what I do under those circumstances is we always try to not let them walk out the door empty-handed. I try to refer them to either an appropriate agency, or sometimes it's just the local bar association number if it's something we can't assist with, and try to give them some general, path to take so that they can try to solve their problem or get their question answered. But mostly like I said, we're seeing a lot of the what you might call estate planning documents, the wills and living wills. And I will sit down with them and we'll fill out an application, and we have to go through their income and assets and those types of things, and then we find out what they need help with, and later we get the details of the documents, of the information we'll need, and we prepare them, and usually it's just then a second visit to meet with them to sign the documents.
Does somebody need to make an appointment to come see you, or is it on a walk-in basis?
Well, as far as the senior centers, it's set up actually differently in each location. In Medina, we've set up an appointment type schedule, and in Wadsworth, we still just take walk-ins mostly. So I'm there for a 2-hour period, and I was just here this week actually, and had someone come in, a husband and a wife, and we discussed their questions. So it's something I work with the director of the senior centers with, and they put it in their newsletter and put up flyers and try to let people know when we're coming. So that way, you know, I'm bound usually to have one or two clients.
Well, it's wonderful having you here right on the premises, and I know that you're on one of the rooms right not too far from the cafe here. So very convenient.
Yes.
To anybody who wants to take advantage of the community legal aid. And you mentioned just helping people in all kinds of ways, that you will refer them to other organizations. And actually I wanted to ask you about that, because I noticed on your website, you have a wonderful website, really impressed with your website. There are links on that site, and there are all different kinds of resources. Tell us a little bit about some of the resources that are available through the website.
Sure. Well, on our website, www.communitylegalaid.org, we have a self-help library where individuals can go and get more information about a legal issue. There's all kinds of information on there that we keep updated. We have a vast community education library and brochures and materials and so forth. And then we partner with agencies in all over central Northeast Ohio and all of our counties. I mean, that includes domestic violence shelters and the rape crisis centers, different housing agencies, and so forth. So we often make informal and formal referrals between the different agencies. They refer to us, and we refer clients to them as well. So
when people call you, and you gave us that phenomenal number, 100,000 contacts or inquiries in a year, that's a phenomenal number.
It is.
What are some of the most common questions that people bring to you? And I guess maybe some of the strangest ones.
Well, I would say, I think Terry might be able to comment on the common questions from seniors.
Terry, tell us.
Sure. I would say a lot of them are always interested in knowing, back to those documents I referred to, the living will and the power of attorney for health care. Many of them know that they exist, but they don't have one yet, and they don't know the difference between the two. And that seems to be a question that comes up time and time again. And I basically just try to explain to them in layman's language, since I'm not an attorney, it's easy to speak that language, that the living will document in Ohio, which is the one that we use, it was actually drafted by the Ohio Bar Association and the Ohio Medical Association. So you have your doctors and your lawyers that came together many years ago to draft our documents, and that's what we use. But the living will is the one that you might recognize most when people say, I don't want to be hooked up to machines. That's what that one is for, and it's only under certain circumstances. It has to do with whether you're permanently unconscious or terminal, and then by signing that document when you're healthy and well, that's the idea, is that you get prepared for those events should they ever happen. You're saying to your doctor, under these circumstances, I don't want machines to keep me going. And then the power of attorney for healthcare, it's kind of a companion document. It almost looks very similar, but it's more pages. It's actually the document where you're naming an agent, someone to act on your behalf if you're not able to at any point in time to make medical decisions for you. So the first one is you're telling the doctor something and it doesn't give anyone else any powers. The second one, you're actually giving someone a power to make choices for you if you can't. And it's very clear on there that it's only if you are unable to do so. So I tell people it's kind of like an insurance policy. You have it there if you ever need to use it, and if you don't, that's fine too. And we hope that you never do have to. That's what I tell them.
Well, it's great to have it explained in such everyday terminology. I find legal issues to be very confusing.
Sure.
And it's wonderful to have a resource like your organization provides here in the community. Do you have any advice for people, Terry, about coming to see you?
Well, just that they're more than welcome to. You know, I'm here, like I say, every other month, and in between time, a lot of times I tell people if they can't wait till the time that I'm here, feel free, please encourage, we encourage them to either call our helpline number or go onto our website and apply, and they don't have to wait until the next time that I'm here. But any, question at all, people think sometimes they think they know what we do and what we don't do, and I wouldn't, place any bets on that. I would just call and always just double check, can you help me with this or not? And again, if not, even